There are tons of videos about common mistakes in your jab or your low kick, like stuff you're doing wrong, little details, which way you turn your foot. This one is huge. This one is big. Everybody does it. Everybody. You do it. You do it. I do it sometimes, very rarely, less than others, because I apparently am the only person on the planet that can see it. I beg the casuals and the hobbyists to stop doing it. I beg the amateurs to stop doing it. I beg the professionals to stop doing it. I see people doing it at the highest level. It's a training scar that carries over into real fights. You see UFC, Bellator, One Championship fighters doing it in the cage for real. Everybody does this, and it's screwing everyone up. And I don't know how to fix it. I need your help. What is it? It's this little chill moment, this little break that we take. Sometimes physically, sometimes mentally, sometimes both. And we've gotta stop. You've gotta stop. You're doing it in training. It makes you do it in sparring. Then that makes you do it live. It looks like this. There's a couple variations I'll show you. The most common one I see in training is, let's say that the drill of the day is 1-2 body low kick, right? So 1-2 body low kick. 1-2 body low kick. 1-2 body low kick. This little reset, right? Because it's just a drill, right? These are drills done by the same people who are like, oh, you gotta train how you fight, right?
Yeah.
Line drills are the worst. You'll see this variation. This probably is my least favorite one, right? This is probably the worst mistake you can make. We'll do line drill 1-1-2, slip 2, you drive me back, right? And then we'll turn around and come back this way, right? 1-1-2, slip 2, 1-1-2, slip 2. Or worse yet, 1-1-2, slip 2, 1-1-2, slip 2. What? It's an easy fix. It's an easy fix. 1-1-2, slip 2. It's that simple, but you know what it is? My legs, they're tired. My little feet are tired, because what I'm actually asking you to do is when we finish our combo, boom, 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 to lock back into your stance, off of something dynamic, and load your musculature instead of your skeleton. What does that mean? I know that sounds like a bunch of crazy talk. When we stand like this, we are loading our skeleton. You're using your bones. What are you doing? Is that your good side over there?
No, actually this is, but it's your video, not mine.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you. Yeah. You're loading your skeleton. This is loading your muscles. That's why horse stance is harder than just standing, right? That's a subconscious thing that we're born to do. We're born to be efficient. What I'm asking for is inefficiency to a degree. Inefficiency in energy expenditure for regular life. Guess what? We're not in regular life. We're in a fucking cage with someone trying to kill us. You know what I mean? Yeah. 1-2, body shot, low kick, right? Bop, bop, boom, bop. I didn't even like that. I didn't even like that because we saw the shades of the most, this is the sneakiest version of this. This is the sneakiest version of this. This is the one that you pro fighters, Bellator, UFC. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm not talking about any particular. This video isn't aimed at anybody. It's aimed at all of you. Everybody's doing this. This is the worst one because it's the most egregious, because it's the most forgivable, because it's guys that are good doing it, winning world titles. Here on another edition of Washed Up, guy who couldn't cut as a fighter telling you UFC fighters are doing it wrong. It's this shit right here. This moment right here. I am fighting, I am fighting, I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm not fighting, I'm fighting. It's a mental break. It's a physical break. You might think, oh, this is, what if you were like trying to jab at me or kick me or whatever, right? Right? That's not why you're doing it. That's not why you're doing it. You're pretending that you're still fighting. I promise you're checked out. Do you know how I know you're checked out? Because here's how you deal with that. Nate, can you approximate that movement that I just did right after the combo? That little reset? I know you would never do that, but can you approximate it for me, please? You go.
Do this?
Yeah, after the combo. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Right? Fill that space with some double jabs. That's one. Yeah. That's the easiest one. We have a lot of proprietary ways to deal with this, like stuff that don't go on YouTube. But the double jab is not, I don't have a patent on that one. Fill that space with a double jab. Who should fill that space with a double jab? Either one of you, even if you're on the receiving end, like I just did. But if you're the one attacking, boom, 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 boom. That's a real reaction. Why? Because he's conditioned, because the drill is 1-2 body, low kick. 1-2 body, low kick. And then we have this little thing inside us that tells us there's a reset in there. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, yes. If their brain reboots at that moment, because we basically asked their processor to make more computations than it's capable of. Currently, you can get better at this. The thing is, you got to throw the punch before you're ready. What happens is we finish that thing up, and it could be anything. It could be, you know, it could be your, right? It could be whatever your thing is. You know what I mean? You finish up whatever your thing is, and then reset, and then come back in when you're ready. Book that. If you can throw a punch before you're ready to throw it, you are damn sure throwing that punch before he's ready to receive it. You know what I mean? Like, throw it now, first. That's why the coaches are losing their minds, screaming, go now, go first, be first, Nate. Be first, Nate. That's why we're doing that. Don't wait till you're ready. If you wait till you're ready, it'll never happen. It's like having kids. You know what I mean? People say, I want to wait till I'm ready to have kids. I want to wait till I'm ready to move to that new city. I want to wait till I'm ready to do this amazing thing I want to do. Right? Whenever there's an amazing, cool thing that you kind of want to do, and you say, I'll wait till I'm ready, it ain't never going to happen. You know what's an amazing, cool thing that you really want to do? Knock a motherfucker out. That's an amazing, cool thing that you want to do, right? That's why you signed up for this shit.
Yeah.
The best time to do it is now. Throw that dartboard at a map and move. Have that baby. That one's even easier, right? You know what I mean? A lot of us go around trying not to do that very thing, right? But if you want to do it, don't wait till you're ready. Never stop attacking. Now, you can engage in some gamesmanship with this. Why? Because you know this jabroni wants to take a break, but you've watched this Hard to Hurt video and you're not doing that shit anymore. Which there is actually a huge problem with this. There is one big problem with doing this. I'll cover it next. You can engage in some gamesmanship with our blitzy style punches, with that little drop step punch stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I go boom, 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 and he kind of thinks I want to break, and I kind of step back, right? And I'm kind of acting like I'm not fighting. I'm creating the illusion I am no longer fighting, and then he comes forward, and then you can attack off of that with some gamesmanship. Boom, 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 like that. Right? Because they think, if I do that, you do that. Because that's what we do. And that's what everyone does. Which brings me to the last point I'll make. I'll get off of my soapbox here in a second. Here's where this can go wrong. There is one big, huge problem if you spar like this, because the other guy doesn't. You know why? Because hardly anybody does. There's very few people that carry over that pressure fight mentality into their training, because it can be viewed as overly aggressive. So when you do this, you know what happens to me every time I go somewhere and I spar like this and the other guy's not sparring like this. The guy either gets really mad or
he quits.
Yeah, or they quit. If they're better than me, they get mad and they beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Or they quit.
Yeah, if they're not better than me, they act like you're doing something wrong. It almost seems like ungentlemanly to some people. You know what I mean?
It's not a gentleman's sport.
Well, that depends. We're
not playing golf.
Well, okay, so you're approaching it from the fighter's mindset.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm approaching it from the martial artist mindset. And there's unwritten codes of conduct in each of those things. I get that.
You should probably write them down then.
Yeah, unwritten codes are pretty hard to follow, yeah. Right? Especially for a group of people in an emotionally charged and high testosterone field, you know what I mean? Let's write these things down and codify it. I kind of agree. I don't hate that idea. But some people view it in their own code as ungentlemanly, right? If we're having a good little boxing exchange, right? Let's do some boxing sparring, right? So we're just having a little boxing sparring. Right? They'll view it as overly aggressive. None of those shots were hard. None of those shots were hard. They were just more than maybe you would be used to if you're used to this bullshit-ass sparring that most MMA gyms are doing, even their boxing classes, which we've been over that, right? Normally, what does it look like? Very gentlemanly, right? Like a chess match where we take turns. Stop taking turns. That's not a rule. Out of all the unwritten rules, that one's not one of them. There's no rule, written or unwritten, that says you have to take turns, right? But if you engage in very aggressive sparring, I believe it should be tempered with pulling your punches, right? And being cognizant and aware of the fact that sometimes people can spaz out on this because they want you to quit, and they might just do this, and then be like, fuck, man, what's your fucking problem? You know what I mean? Whether they do that internally or externally. Sometimes when you're too active with a person, they get flustered. Even when they're doing well, you know? Yeah. A lot of it's psychological. But that's my thing. My problem now is I consider myself a decent instructor. I have a good track record of reaching people and explaining things in different ways to make people understand it. I can't get anybody to do this. I can't get them to do it. I tell them, hey, today we're not going to be on that bullshit. We're not going to be doing these little mini breaks during drilling. We're not going to do it during sparring. We're damn sure not going to do it during the fight. Minute 1 of the first drill, you see dudes turning around. Why do they turn around? Because it just seems like if the guy's going this way, it'd just be faster to do it rather than going and looking like an idiot. I guess it's like the same reason. I guess it's like a too cool for school thing. I'll do it when it's real. I'll do it when it's real, but I'm not going to. All the time. Ready? Do your you just go 1, 2, body, low kick. Right. Come on, let's go. You should already be going. Go first. Go now. Go, 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 go. Oh my fucking God. Ah! Stop thinking about this shit. If the drill is 1, 2, body, low kick, get on that shit right away. Let's go. We're done. Right? That's how it should look. We're not hitting each other hard, but we are getting after it. We're past the point of knowing how to do those techniques. What are we practicing? Strategy, mindset, aggression. We don't even practice low kicks anymore. Our low kicks are fucking awesome. Right? Get after it. Finish your shit up. If it's drilling, get back to your fighting stance. If it's sparring, get onto his ass again. Right? And if you want more fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts and principles that make you hard to hurt, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications.
You made that look easy.
I saw the ball. I saw the bit on his.